Kentucky police officers on Sunday wrote down the license plate numbers of roughly 50 cars parked outside a church where an in-person Easter service took place in defiance of the state's lockdown orders to fight the spread of the coronavirus.
Kentucky Gov. Andy Beshear said on Friday that residents who flout the stay-at-home order must self-quarantine for 14 days, warning that authorities would record the license plates of those who attend in-person Easter services or other mass gatherings and follow up with them.
Shortly before Maryville Baptist Church's Easter service, piles of nails appeared to be intentionally dumped in the parking lot of the church, the Courier-Journal reported.
The church's pastor, Reverend Jack Roberts, has previously disregarded the state ban on gatherings, saying that he believed in the spiritual necessity of church before COVID-19. After COVID-19, we don't have fewer spiritual crises, we have more. He also asserted that he has a constitutional right to hold services and accused the governor of infringing on the church's rights.
Roberts covered his license plate on Sunday, as did several members of his congregation, but state troopers took down their vehicle identification numbers instead, the Journal reported.
Sergeant Josh Lawson of the Kentucky State Police said that there have been no additional violations of the statewide order, noting that several drive-in services that took place around the state were specifically mentioned by the governor as being allowed.
This is a time and weekend, a whole week for multiple faiths, that is about faith. It's about knowing we have faced as people, as Christians, as Jews, as members of many faiths, many difficult, dark times, and we have prevailed, Gov. Beshear said on Friday, "We know that the weeks or the months ahead will be difficult. We know that there are going to be tougher days before there are easier days."
Beshear also said that anyone who holds in-person Easter services would be charged with a misdemeanor violation of the governor's statewide order.
With at least 316 million Americans under orders to stay at home to mitigate the spread of the coronavirus, governors have been at odds with some religious leaders who were defiant in their determination to celebrate Easter with their congregations.
Reverend Tony Spell, a pastor of the Evangelical Life Tabernacle Church in Louisiana, told Reuters that Satan and a virus will not stop us, and vowed to hold his service on Sunday despite Gov. John Bell Edwards' statewide stay-at-home order. The pastor said he expected over 2,000 worshipers to attend.
"We are not afraid. We are called by God to stand against the Antichrist creeping into America's borders. We will spread the gospel," Spell told Reuters.
Central Police Department Chief Roger Corcoran told The Washington Post that he waited outside the megachurch and said that roughly 330 people attended Spell's Sunday service. "No one has advised him he couldn't hold church," Corcoran reportedly said. "It's been suggested he do it a different way, just like every other church in the nation, by social media and live stream."
The more we learn about what went on behind the scenes during the critical early days of the coronavirus pandemic, the more Health and Human Services Secretary Alex Azar had emerged as a rare and unlikely hero pushing the White House for an early response.
Speaking truth to power has its price in the Trump administration. The former Eli Lilly executive was shouted down by White House aides as alarmist and sidelined by Jared Kushner, Mike Pence and others willing to give the president a more rosy view. And on Sunday night, Trump lashed out at Azar by name for the first time, following a New York Times report that Azar had directly warned Mr. Trump of the possibility of a pandemic during a call on January 30, the second warning he delivered to the president about the virus in 2 weeks.
After complaining about mayhem at the White House, Azar's future is uncertain, but his attempts to get top officials and President Trump to pay attention to the coming pandemic should not be lost in the fog of war as Trump recasts history in his favor.